Hey everyone, God's Progressive here. This video is gonna be about um religion, I guess. I haven't really for one reason or another, I tend not to talk about it very much, or tend not to talk about it in my videos. Most of my videos tend to focus on politics, but I've been taking these a couple of classes on religion because I need just because I need some some gen eds. So it's been sort of really interesting reading about some of this stuff. Uh, but but as I was reading about like some of the stuff, it's sort of going through and rehashing all these things in the Bible, going through and rehashing all these and thinking about all these verses in the Bible. The one thing that really sort of bugs me, and is probably one of the main reasons why I'm an atheist, is the fall. And we all know the fall, right? Okay, Adam and Eve are in the Garden of Eden, right? God tells them, okay, you can eat from all the trees except for the tree of knowledge for good and evil, the big tree in the middle of the garden, right? A serpent comes along and tells Eve, oh, you can eat from the tree. It's not a big deal. You're not going to die. So Eve eats from the tree, and then Adam eats from the tree, and then God comes, and they get all weird because they notice they're naked, and God asks them, why are you hiding? Well, we're naked. He's like, well, how do you know that? Did you eat from the tree? That'd be the only way you'd know that. And he's like, well, yeah, we were hungry or whatever. Yeah, we were hungry or whatever, and we got tricked by the snake or the serpent. So God gets all pissed off and he kicks him out of the garden. And he curses them for the rest of eternity and kicks them out of the garden. And that that's the Cliff Notes version of the fall, right? Now, I don't get the fall. Like, I don't get it. Why is it a fall? A fall from where? What moral story is learned from this fall? The only real sort of impactful moral story that I get from it is that don't lie to God or he'll curse you for eternity. That's not really a moral story. That's just following orders. That's not morality. Following orders is not morality. You're just following orders. There's nothing moral about that. That doesn't teach you anything. So it's not even like a good moral story if that's the moral of the story. You know, uh, Another thing is this God is an asshole. I hate to say it like that, but I mean seriously, he punishes Adam and Eve for something that is undoubtedly his fault. It is his fault. He put the tree there. He let the serpent come in and trick them because he's God. He's got to know everything, right? I mean, think about it. He's God. He has to know everything. He has to know what everyone's going to do. He knew that that serpent was going to come in there and tempt them, and they were going to succumb to the temptation. So why did he even let that happen? And I really don't want to hear about free will. I really don't want to hear about the free will because, again, this is all God's little plan, right? So, this is all God's plan. This is all God's will. Everything is under His control. He created everything. So, He knew that was going to happen, and He let it happen anyway. And then, to make matters worse, he punished people when he knew they were going to succumb to this. He punishes Adam and Eve when he knew they were going to succumb to this temptation that he set up for them to succumb to. Like that had to be part of his fucking plan. That had to be part of his plan. That he wanted them to succumb to this temptation. They succumb to it, then he punishes them for it. What, like, how is that moral? That's just being an asshole. I mean, seriously, that's God fucking up and then blaming other people for fucking up. That's called being an asshole. That's not called being a god. Okay? That's just being a fucking asshole. Mean, I just don't get it. Like, it makes no sense to me. It is totally incomprehensible. I never understand it. I never get why it's such a good story. I never get why Christians uh, can't question this parable as being so integral to their faith. If anything, it just shows God to be an asshole who likes going around setting up people and then blaming them, even though he set them up. I, and somehow this God is good and he's moral and and he and he's out for justice. What is moral about setting up people to fuck up and then blaming them for fucking up? What is moral about that? Again, that is being an asshole. That's not being a good moral God, okay? So I just never get this fucking story. I just don't get it. You know? And by the way, another thing. He blames Adam and Eve for this when they have absolutely, positively no concept of right and wrong, good or bad, and choices and consequences. They have no concept of this, right? Because they haven't eaten from the tree of good and evil, so they don't know right from wrong. They don't know if they eat the apple, there's going to be a negative consequence to that. Why? Because he just created them like 5 fucking seconds ago. So they have no concept of right and wrong, they have no concept of morals or ethics or choices and consequences that come with those choices. And then they finally get that and he punishes them for it. What a fucking asshole. I mean, seriously. You're punishing someone for something that they have no knowledge of. It's like it's like punishing a 5-year-old for not knowing how to multiply or something. Well, he doesn't know how to multiply. He was never taught how to multiply. Oh, but it's his fault for not knowing somehow. I mean, it's I see. This is why I'm an atheist, because I just can't wrap my head around someone taking the story, one, as literal, and two, even if you take it as allegory. It's like, what great fucking lesson is learned from this? Don't piss off God? Well, I don't think I needed this story to know not to piss off fucking God. Did I don't think I needed this story to let me know that. See, and and that's why I think I'm an atheist, because I just don't get these stories like this. These stories make no sense to me. They're totally incomprehensible. There's nothing moral about the story. It's just dumb. It's a dumbass story that makes no sense. And I just can't wrap my head around the fact that people take this shit seriously. It's really hard for me to understand. Anyway, I just had to rant on that. I'll talk to everyone later. God's progressive.